Hello everybody, welcome to Yazhini Jackiesekar vlogs. So, can you imagine not breathing the fresh air, not going outside without technology for I don't know how many years? So this girl went through it all. So today I'm going to be talking to you about the book Diary of a Young Girl named Anne Frank. So we have technology. We have cell phones, we have mobiles, we have the laptops, we have the whole internet, the world in our fingertips. We have everything here. If this video is not good, we go to the other video. If that video is not good, we go to this video and that video and that video and that video. But this girl didn't have that. This was about 1929 when she was born. She was born in Germany, Frankfurt. She was born in June. Anne Frank was like a teenage girl. Like when she was 13, like when Hitler came into power, all the Jews were scared because the Nazis started terrorizing all the Jews and started grouping them into one and started making them do that dirty work. So then at this frightful time, Anne's father, mother, sister all wanted to move to Amsterdam. They all went, packed their bags and started going from Germany to Amsterdam. So when they went to Amsterdam, they had joy. They had this life that people always dream about, like having that perfect life with your family, going out every day, studies, you're in the top marks and everything was good. So this was the life they had until Hitler found out that some Jews had escaped and went into Amsterdam. That is when the scary part begins. Hitler was like a notorious man. He kept on searching everywhere for the Jews. But then one day, some of his officers found out that some families were escaping from Germany to Amsterdam, Netherlands. So there they were starting to escape and starting to go there. But then Hitler found out and got very angry and started to conquer some of the Netherlands bit by bit by bit. So but at that time, Anne's family didn't know all that. They were happy. They had led the good life. But then news reached Amsterdam that Hitler was coming. Good thing that happened was where Anne's father worked in, built a little hotel thingy called the Annex. The Annex was a place for all Jews to come inside and stay. And there were helpers everywhere and the people who went out to shop and come back with the food and everything. They had a ration supply chart, so everybody got equal amounts of food and but they still saved food whilst eating it. So Anne's family was forced into hiding just when Anne was coming to 13 years old. When she was 13 years old, when they were in hiding, she was celebrating her 13-year-old birthday. So at that time, Anne's parents gave her a diary for her to jot all her thoughts down and do everything like that. So then she started writing in her diary as a pastime, because if you're stuck in a house for I don't know how many years, you would want a pastime, right? You cannot keep on doing the same thing, eat, sleep. That'll just be boring. So she found out writing as a pastime. So this she wrote in her diary for almost 2 years, and she kept on writing her joys, her hopes, her dreams of becoming a journalist and becoming a major novel writer. She jotted all of that down. But then here comes the scary part. They were forced to go through many scares because Hitler started bombing everything and started bombing every place. So in fear of lives, they started getting scared on everything because some burglars were happening. Some people were starting to go crazy from all this rational support, and all of this was starting to go haywire. So at that time, they were forced to go through many scares. And at the Annex, some people started arguing and some people started getting annoyed of staying inside a house for all day. I mean, I would also do that if I were in that place. So they started going through all the trauma and that. But then they always found a way to come back together and support themselves, because they had nobody else to go to, because nobody was willing to stand up against Hitler, because that man was powerful and he was drunk in power. So at this time, everybody was like going and like they got their rations food supply from the black market, which is like kind of illegal, but they had no choice but to go through it. So they started getting supplies from the black market and also started sending people outside to like shop and like get groceries in like some time and like just come out fast back to the annex. So everything was like going in order in steady plan. But then one day when like some people and when then the doorbell rang, all of the people started coming in, shooting guns in the top of their voice and started screaming, here, 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 here. And like they were all scared of their life, scared to death. And like all of Hitler's troops started swarming inside. But then at that time they figured out somebody had ratted them out to the Hitler's groups. Then that time they were scared. And then they were all picked up like sack of rags and thrown inside a truck with like no mercy and like shut in and took into the capital, Germany. So then this journey took about 3 to 4 days. But then they finally reached and then they were forced to go out and like go inside labor camp. Labor camp, just to speak of, labor camp is a rough, terrible place where you have to go endure many hardships in life, where you will not have single drop of water or a bit of food given to you for respect. That was the life they had to lead there. That was the life many people had to lead there. So when they were like got out of that van, everybody started doing, the Nazi doctors started doing health checkups. Because like people with illness could not work, and if they did not work, they were literally useless to them. So they with people with illness were taken into a room and killed mercilessly. That was what happened to many people. So then good thing was Anne's family did not have any illnesses or injuries, so they could work perfectly. So then they were proved some use for them. But then they started dividing people into gender. Anne's father had to go to the separate wing because like he was a man and like the other people were just women. So then they were sent off and then that's when their family ripped apart. So when Anne's mother and sister and her were like working, they didn't even have time to like talk to each other or like just tell them how their day was going. They were always tired and didn't have enough time to sleep. They always had to work just to provide one man. So this kept on going on and on, but then one day a disease named the typhus started coming. That time was like the people got really scared because like the place where they lived in was very, very cold, and typhus disease was like born with cold places. So then that disease started spreading amongst them, and soon after that Anne's mother died out of exhaustion, tiredness, hunger plus the typhus. Soon later, Anne's sister Margot also joined it, and a few days later, Anne died. That was her death. She died in She died in 1945. Then, finally, like the labor camps were all released and all Jews were allowed to go outside. Anne's father was like, woohoo, let's go meet my amazing wife and all my kids. I would get to see them again after like long years. But when he got there, he got only much more sad news to indulge in. He got the news that his wife and his children are dead. But some people like saved up Anne's diary from all the wreckage and like the bomb blasting and like gave it to him. He was entirely depressed because like just after returning to labor camp, you expect to see some good news, but bad news just came in. Life is like that. It provides many twists and turns, and like if you expect to hear good news, you always don't get that. So like Anne's father was depressed and like really horrified of his daughters and his wife's death. So at that time, people started writing their diaries into novels and started publishing them to like give them all a piece of evidence and truth from people from Jews all around the world. So one day his friends were like, why don't you publish your daughter's diary? your daughter is a Jew and has been through many hardships, and just like this, the truth can finally get out. It's like the saying my father said to me: truth is like a diamond. Even though it's buried in layers and layers of dirt and mud, it will still one day come out. It has many ways of coming out, and it just comes out. And when it comes out, its values are shined in different ways and different aspects. So at that time, her father was like in a mood of like, you know what, maybe you're correct. People have to at least know the truth to be like grateful for what they have there. So like then he started publishing Anne's diary into novels. They first sold 3,000 books, and then sold millions and millions more books. Everybody loved Anne's diary. Even though she went through many hardships, she carried a voice of hope in her heart. And the annex where they stayed in was transformed into a museum, still visited by people in this very day. At that time, Anne's dream was realized. Even though she was not there to see it, many people saw it for her, and like they indulged in her hardships and happiness. But then they realized what they had was grateful to them. So you see, like people went through all those kind of hardships. Everything was like that. But like when you know the truth, like when the truth gets out, it like helps people like not make the exact same mistakes that other people did before us. Ding ding ding, fun fact. Anne's book was like the best-selling non-fiction book is the Bible, but Anne's diaries had sold much more copies than this Bible that we have, and it has been printed over more than 70 languages. So in this book, what we learn is that we should be grateful for everything and always have a hope of light shine through us every time. So when I first got this book was like a really crazy story, because like my father always gets me a bunch of books in every book sale that that happens in Chennai. He always gets me books at those places. So my father was like, you cannot keep always reading on fiction stories. You need to have also a little bit of non-fiction. So you will know the many truths in this world, like how many hardships people face. You can also learn about that and use it in your life. So then I was like instantly, I knew this book, I've heard about this book a lot of times before, and then I was like, oh, why don't I pick this book? It's right there in front of me. So then I took the book and like I like packed it in. 1 month later, Bhavya auntie from USA recommended this book to me. But then like when my father asked me like, do you have this book? He was like, hey, I've ordered this book for you. And I was like, I already have this book, and like I've already read this. So then he was like really surprised and like canceled the book order quickly. So just to close my topic for today, I would like to tell you that Anne Frank's book was also deprived into a film. So like you can watch it anytime you get. But like to get the real essence of the story, please go through the book as I did. That's how you learn much more than you'll learn through a film. And thank you very much for watching this video. See you in the next one. Bye bye. So don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to my channel. But like for the comment thing, YouTube has closed it down, as I told you in the last class videos. So like please send it to my parents' number to support me, and then they will show it to me. So like if you have any comments about this video. So thank you for watching. Bye bye. See you in the next video. Hello everybody, welcome to Yazhini Jackiesekar vlogs.
Yani இன்னொரு விஷயம் இருக்கு. இது ரொம்ப சோகமான புக். அவ ஜாயா இருக்கும்போது நீ ஜாயை பத்தி பேசலாம், எல்லாம் பண்ணலாம். ஆனா அவ டெத் அதுக்கு அப்புறம் அவங்க அப்பா வந்து பேசுறாரு கொல்றாரு அப்படின்னும்போது ரொம்ப சோகம் இருக்கும் அதுல. புரியுதா? யாரோ ஒருத்தங்களுடைய வலி, வேதனை, இட்ஸ் பெயின். அதுதான் நீ வந்து சொல்லணும். அதனால வந்து ரொம்ப ஜோஷாலாம் அந்த இடத்துக்கு அந்த புக்கு இவ்வளோ 3000 காப்பீஸ் விற்கிதுன்னு வச்சுக்கோங்க. மில்லியன் கணக்கில் விற்கிறதுலாம் வந்து ஹாப்பி நியூஸ் கிடையாது. அது வந்து ஒரு சேட் தான், பட் இட்ஸ் அ இன்ட்ரெஸ்டிங் ஃபேக்ட், தட்ஸ் ஆல். அங்கே வந்து ஹாப்பி மூடோ வேறு எந்த மூடியும் வரக்கூடாது. எஸ் ப்ளீஸ். நம்மளுக்கு வந்து நம்மளுக்கு வந்து நிறைய விஷயம் நம்மளுக்கு கிடைச்சிடுது. நிறைய விஷயம் நம்மளுக்கு கிடைக்குது. கிடைக்காத விஷயங்கள் நிறைய இருக்குது இந்த உலகத்தில். கிடைச்சி அனுபவிக்க முடியாத ஒரு சூழலெல்லாம் இருக்குது. அதெல்லாம் தான் இந்த புக்கு வந்து நம்மளுக்கு வந்து சொல்லிக் கொடுக்குது. ஸோ லிவ் த லைஃப் வந்து எவ்ரிடே வந்து ஹாப்பியாக நம்ம வந்து அதை வந்து எப்படி சொல்கிறது,
we make things with what we have.
ஆமாம்.
Enjoy what you have. அப்படிங்கிற மாதிரி
என்ஜாய் அண்ட் கான்ஃபிடென்ட்
இல்ல gratitude hope இந்த புக்ல இருந்து இந்த விஷயங்களை நம்ம என்ன கத்துக்கிறோம்னா we should be gratitude for what we get and we should have a hope of light every time அந்த மாதிரி
Oh, I forgot to tell one thing about like Anne's book. So ding ding ding
மூணு அதாவது பைபிளுக்கு அப்புறமா அந்த
அதுக்காக தான் வந்து அந்த ஃபன் ஃபேக்ட் தான்
லாங்குவேஜஸ்ல இந்த புக்கை வந்து பப்ளிஷ் பண்ணிருக்காங்க. சொல்லு.